Hi, hello again. Let me do this short video on media exposure. Media exposure. When I talk about media, I want to talk about the internet. That's mean using the computer, a television, and phone. These are the three things that I want to talk about. Have you really tried to really protect your child against those negative things that are coming from the internet, from television, from the phone? So all these things are useful things to your children, but as we can say, there are positive things that can come out of them, and there are also negative things. For example, you have the television, which is an entertaining things. Your child can entertain himself or herself using, for example, television. So they can watch movies. They can really look at shows. They can look at documentaries. So documentaries are things that's a thing that your child can use to learn different things. I myself learn a lot of things through documentaries. But while your child is learning positive things from television, there are so many bad things they can learn too. And they can even learn things that are above their age level. So that's why I'm suggesting you some ideas of how to protect them against those things. For example, let's say you have a 13 or 12 or 9 years old child. So is it a good idea for them to be exposed to things that are appropriate to ages 16, 17 or 18? No. As I prescribe in my house, I tell my children, okay, so there is a certain age for different things. That's when if you are 9 years old, so I cannot let you watch things that a 13-year-old or 14-year-old child will watch, because at 9 you should not be exposed to really some language that is appropriate to children of these older ages. So this is not good. That's when one thing that you can do, and I think a lot of parents do that, is that you sit down with your child. You say, okay, we see this kind of show that your 15-year-old brother or sister is watching is not appropriate for you. I know a lot of people may say, okay, so cartoons have inappropriate things. So this is really unfortunate, because I know when I was growing up that I was not exposed to these things, because the people, the producers who were doing the shows, children's shows, they made sure that, okay, and nothing inappropriate would come out of these shows. So now we know that certain shows are not appropriate for even 9 years old, because there are mature things in them. So what can you do? That means you set a routine at your house. Okay, so this kind of show you can watch. Okay, so that's when you pinpoint the kind of shows that they should watch. Even if you have Netflix, or you have, for example, Amazon Prime or whatever, a streaming shows, streaming programs that you have. That means you can even set up a pen. Okay, that means to really sort out the kind of things that your kid can watch, and then the kind of things that you can watch. There are so many violent, and there are some mature language, okay, some mature behavior views that are above their age, so you don't want them to be exposed at that. So you can ask yourself, well, what about at school? They show certain things, but I know as a teacher, there are things that the school will not show to to your children, especially for the district or for the department I work for. That's when there are things that they really keep away from the children. For example, you can make sure that your child does not watch any movies or any shows, okay, even behind your back, because you should explain to them why they should not be watching those things, because things that they learn early in their age, that's when can really lead them to behaviors that are not appropriate to children their age. What about the internet? So at home, the internet can be really focused in a way, or can be set up in a way for them not to be exposed to certain things. That's when there are passwords that you can put. Okay, there are a certain maturity, a level that you can set for them not to be exposed at that. Even their phone, when they're using their phone, okay, they can have access to the internet. But do you know there are settings at the phone companies, or even on the website of those phone companies, that allow you to really set up the kind of level or the kind of maturity level that your child can be exposed to. Because there are so many things. I know we're living in a world where things are not really good. But as parents, if we not careful, that's when our children will be exposed to things they're not supposed to be. How can you imagine that 12, 13, I'm not talking about even 8 years old or 9 years old. How can you imagine that those kids are watching sexually bending things? How can you imagine that? Okay, how can they watch sexual content in movies? So that's mean I have a 9-year-old, and then I'm gonna let him or her, because I'm taking care of my things, and then so I let them watch TV, and then without monitoring them. You should monitor, okay, the media exposure of your child, okay, the internet. So you're not supposed to get into contact with anybody that you don't know, because I know these are ways that sexual predators use the internet. They use the internet just to attract, okay, to attract young girls. You have heard that so many kids were kidnapped, were sexually abused, because they let them use the internet without monitoring them. So that means you are not to let your child get into contact or message anybody they don't know, or receive or comments or receive messages from somebody they don't know. It is not safe for your children. So you should monitor. So I do that. Okay, I know some of you may not be too good at using the internet, or don't even use the internet, but there are things that you can do. That means you talk to them, and then you tell them about your values, your moral values, okay, your family values. Okay, at a certain age, you don't participate in certain things, because we're trying to avoid that you become pregnant so early. We're trying to avoid that you being kidnapped by sexual predators. We're trying to avoid that people, okay, or strangers don't know your location. So that's what we're trying to do, because we're trying to protect you. So you talk to your children, okay, and then you tell them, okay, it's not because I am a strict parent that I'm doing that, but I'm doing that for your good, because I don't want anything to happen. And then when they become mature, so that's when they will educate their kids the same way, and they will protect them by just doing that. Okay, look at the exposure. So the phone that they have, what kind of content they're watching, what kind of content they're reading. Okay, you tell them this is the kind of danger that can come out of these things. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm telling you, if you're not good at using your phone, you give a phone to your child, but you can even go to a phone company and then tell them, you know what, I give my child a number. Okay, I'm saying that if you're not good at using those devices, you go to the phone company. Okay, you say, you know what, I want you to put her phone at a level appropriate to his or her age, and then you can even go to call the internet company. Okay, maybe they can send someone and say, okay, you know what, okay, so this access, okay, I don't want my child to get access to this content, so block this content for me. Okay, even if she goes or he goes on the website, okay, I want you to block these websites, so he or she shouldn't have access to that. Okay, you will say, okay, the kids are are more experts than the parents. Okay, that's true, but the parents, you have a way of going around them. Use the company and then to do that. Kids, if you are listening too, that means your parents should do that just to protect you. There are so many evil people in the world, so one way for us to protect you is by doing that. Okay, so we gonna come up with more things, but this video was only regarding a media exposure to by your children. Okay, so I was doing that just especially for the parents, but the kids. So please make sure that you don't get yourself in trouble. You do not expose your information, your name, your age, where you live, okay, to strangers. Even if you like an artist, okay, you don't give your private information to the artist, okay, because some other people, some hackers may get into those informations and get to you, and then that will put you in danger. You're using the watching TV, so I know you would like to watch grown-up things. I know some kids will say, oh, this is a baby thing, I'm not gonna watch it. But this is good for you. It's good for you. Before you become a grown-up, you have to learn to be a child. Okay, from teenage level, you go to the teenage years, and then you go to adulthood. Okay, young adulthood, and then that's the stages in life that you should go through before you become an adult. You don't become an adult before, okay, you become a child. You're a child first. That means you watch the things that are appropriate to the movies that are appropriate to your age. Okay, you go on site, okay, that are appropriate to your age. Okay, because I know a lot of kids, 13, 14, they're watching a porn site, which is not good, which teaches, this is dirty for your mind. This thing dirty your mind. That's when these things, by just watching them, by getting into them, okay, you're gonna say to yourself, okay, it is normal for me to watch this. No, it is not normal, because this is above your age. Okay, so now regarding the phone, okay, using the phone, you can do whatever you want. You can watch anything. But if your parents try to ask the phone company to set it up at an age appropriate to your age, so that's when this is for your good. So I just wanted to do this video regarding that. So I hope that you will continue to watch our videos, and then every Friday we have a new one, and then we hope that you will be able to tune in next Friday for another video. Ciao, bye.